Ian and I are here in Sun City, Georgetown, Texas, and we are looking at the MYSTIQUE floor plan. This is one of the new floor plans.
It's pretty cool because this one isn't finished yet. So you get to see like a preview of something that they don't have a model of here in Georgetown, Texas.
Yes.
So we're gonna take a look. We have to be careful, so we might be like stumbling as we're walking through.
Right, this is a construction site.
Before we go in, I want to talk about the garage because it's pretty easy to see right here. First off, you've got tandem, 3-car garage with a little tandem option. The reason why I wanted to show you this first is because you can convert that option into another bedroom instead of having the tandem. So you would lose a garage space, but you could have another bedroom.
Right. Now this particular floor plan, the MYSTIQUE, it has this option for this 3rd bedroom downstairs. This floor plan, this house that we're going to show you actually has a loft with a 3rd bedroom. But if you had the single story plan and needed the 3rd bedroom plus the study, this is how you would do it. You would turn this extra car bay into another bedroom.
Well, yeah, because not everybody needs 3 cars.
Exactly.
Right? Or 2 cars and a golf cart.
Right.
So let's go ahead and walk inside. But before we go inside, I wanted to talk about the hardy plank in the front. I personally like the look. So like quickly look over here at this, the front of this, the elevation of this house with the brick, and then look at this. I think it looks more modern, and you can choose colors if you're if you're at the design phase.
Yes, and when we go inside, you're going to see, compared to a lot of the properties we've shown, this is extremely modern in comparison.
Yes. Front porch, again, with the stone and then the hardy plank. I like that separation. It seems pretty tall, right? When you're walking up. I stand at a mighty 5'5", and so you can see how tall it is from here. A couple things to point out as we're walking in. Ring doorbell comes standard with this home. The door gets replaced after they're done with some of the construction. Yeah. So this is in the process. It's still a few weeks away from being completed. And so as you're walking through, keep that in mind. That's why there's dust all over, and you'll see a lot of stuff as we're going in.
This is a full-on construction zone.
Yes.
So
we're wearing hard hat. This is a hard hat.
Right.
It is, yeah.
And mine is just my hard head.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay, so I guess we start with the rooms first. So over to the left is the garage and potential bedroom, but I want to show you over to the right first. So as soon as we come over here and we walk in, we've got a guest bath, and then we've got a bedroom. So I'm going to show you the bedroom. Let's go ahead and come in. So you've got the bedroom. You can see the windows. The height of the windows seems a little different. It seems like taller. I'm not saying compared to other homes in this neighborhood, but just in general, it seems they seem pretty tall. And then just give you an idea of how the closet is laid out. I don't know if it's going to open. Sometimes the paint sticks, but yep, looks good. Okay, so you've got your closet here. This is a good section where you can see the flooring from here, and it looks like an LVP or a
LVP.
Yeah, it's an LVP, kind of like a wood look LVP. They put the quarter round down at the bottom here. Okay, and they have newer rocker switches. I don't know if that's in some of the models that we've shown, but you can see it there. There is no fan. However, you can tell from the switches that it is likely blocked for a fan, and that could be an option at construction. But most of the time, when we're sitting with you during the consultation, the sales consultation, oh my gosh. Well, when we're sitting there, we'll talk about that. We'll say, probably don't want to have the builder's fans because you might pay a little bit more for them. And then you can pick out what you want when you're doing it. Plus, you don't want to finance fans for 3 years.
No.
Or 30 years.
30 years, exactly.
Okay, so the lighting might be a little off, but hopefully you can see this, right? So you've got the tiled shower all the way up. I love the black trim. That's part of the modern look.
Same with Schluter.
Say it again?
Schluter.
Schluter.
Yes.
That's part of the modern look. Also, the tiles going all the way to the top, the way they have the shower head set in, and then the nice little glass shelf over here. I'm actually surprised there isn't a bench, but this isn't the primary either. No. Right? And so the primary is probably where they're reserving the bench for, but they even have the either granite or silestone or granite or silestone or quartz countertop, not quite sure. So I don't want to say it and be wrong. They'll put a mirror here, and then they've got some more modern fixtures.
Right.
Again, the ceilings throughout are pretty tall. I'm going to open this with no door handles.
Because you know what this is. It's your
coat
favorite
closet. I know.
closet.
It's a coat closet. So as we walk in, you know, I always whine about this. You have your front door. You need a place to put your coats, and I don't want to have to open the door, close the door, and then hang my coat. It's like it shouldn't be sitting out behind the door. It just looks weird to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're coming this way. We're not going to go upstairs. We're actually going to take a look at the French doors here for our study. Do you know, Heather, if we can have this converted into a bedroom? Probably not, right?
I'm not
on this
sure
plan.
that the single floor plan has the option for this to be the third bedroom. I think it's a 2-bedroom
Right.
plus study.
Right.
If you want the third bedroom, that's where that garage bay conversion comes
Right.
in.
So it's challenging because obviously there are lots of floor plans, lots of options, and that's why we sit with the sales consultant and we work together to make sure we're coming up with the right answers. So same thing here, no fan at the top, blocked, ready to go. You can see that, well, you might not be able to see, but it's all white. This is glass behind it, so they put some kind of paint over that they'll probably razor out and peel off after. It's just a protective layer while they're still under construction.
Right.
One thing that we were talking about is the fact that they have like the black hardware, which means they'll probably put matching door handles on either side. I think that adds to the modern flair.
Right.
We're not going to go upstairs yet, but I want to point out that they haven't done any of the painting of this or the stairs or the railing. So again, keep that in mind as you're looking through this home. Okay, handful of things in here. So in the living space, modern fan, tile for the fireplace all the way up with the little vent out. I think that's pretty cool. It is a switch to turn it on and off. Still a gas, right? Yep, still a gas fireplace.
That's more of a heatilator.
Yeah. Not
right?
But it's going to output some heat and I think it looks nice when they do it. But I like the rocker switch instead of having to do the key and light it.
Well, you do have your gas key over
Is
here.
that a shutoff?
Yes, you always want to have
secondary
shutoff. The gas cut off, right? And then notice how they have the TV
already ready to go.
Right.
Already assuming that you'll want to have some kind of TV or device wall mounted. My question here is, would they put a mantle? I feel like they need to put a mantle and they just haven't made it that far in the process yet.
Right.
And
this is not trimmed out at all. This is rough edges. So it's not at all finished.
I wonder how high the mantle. Anyway, so they have the outlets here. You can put all your hardware back here. They even have a cable and a Cat 6 Ethernet cable. So all of your internet, all your stuff behind the TV, good to go. And this connects to the on-cue panel that we always talk about in our other videos, but we'll get there in a second. Okay, so you've got this space is the living space over here. You've got the kitchen, a few things. Obviously, we like the bump out for the island, so you can put some stools under there or benches. And then you have the little...
This is something we haven't been able to show yet because the model homes don't have
Well, they don't have it
because it wasn't code at the time.
All of the newer homes should come with this now, and it's cool because obviously you can plug in your laptops or whatever devices you have, and then you can bring it down and then it's flat and sort of out of the way. I mean, there's a tiny little bump, but it's not that big of a deal. There's also storage over on the sides here. It's a little dirty, don't worry about that. So some storage on the sides of your cabinets. We'll do the pantry in a second. This is where the dishwasher is going to go. That comes standard with your home when you purchase it. You've got your trash under cabinets, like this is pretty straightforward. The farm style sink, gooseneck, it's very clean, very modern. They really like this. What would you call this? Like
it's
onyx?
Onyx, sure.
Well, it's like, it's not glossy though.
No, it's a matte finish.
Yeah.
But when you go to the store, it's just black.
Yeah, well, that's what they say about me. Anyway, so we've got we've got gas out, so they'll put the range here. Range, not oven. So the oven's gonna go here, right? Your oven and probably microwave combo. And then that's my guess, right? It could be that they put an oven, put some more storage, but I don't think so. And then put a microwave over here. But it looks actually like they're gonna do the vent, the nice, pretty vent. And then they've got the tile going all the way up. You know, it's interesting when you're looking at the tile, it's almost like it's square, but it's intentionally has like this weird like texture and design behind it. It's not flat. It's not supposed to be flat. It almost reminds me of like old cobblestone streets.
Yeah, it reminds me of like terracotta tile.
Terracotta.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah. They
that texture.
did the terracotta tiling which again, it's one of those things that over the years it goes and or comes and goes. And I think it looks good in this house with this color. You need some more texture. Otherwise, everything's all flat.
Well, because it's very, very white. Like everything is very white. And so there's not a whole lot of color variation. Although I like how they've tied in the backsplash coloring with this countertop, because this countertop is not a solid white. It actually has sort of a grayish, sort of a taupe undertone to it.
Well, and similar to the tiles, they're not all the same color either. So you've got some variation in color scheme there.
Now, is that a Lazy Susan in the corner?
It never is. We want it to be, but it never is. Let's see.
This is one of the newer floor plans.
I know. I hear you. Oh.
It is? No. It
it's
does
just
have
a
a lot
corner
of storage,
cabinet.
though. Good amount, but that to me would have been an amazing opportunity for
icing on the cake, right?
Yep.
Notice the outlets. So some of them include just your standard 110 volts, but then they also include a USB-A and a USB-C port. So this is great, again, to set your laptops or other devices where they're charging. Maybe you're eating dinner and you don't want anybody to have their phones at the table. They can plug in here and charge. This is where your fridge would go. You always want to pay attention to the height and the depth of the fridge whenever you're looking. This does not come with most homes in Texas when you're purchasing. And so this is something that a lot of people miss, like whether it's counter depth, how tall it is, and sometimes they get it wrong because they see a fridge on sale and they're like, oh, well, this is a great deal, I'm going to get it, and then it doesn't fit in the house that they're trying to purchase. Okay, so I wanted to show the pantry. I didn't want to be all up in your face, but I'm going to show you the pantry just so you can see. It's not a corner pantry, but where they placed it, it gives you a little bit more depth than the standard pantries in a lot of homes. Yeah. So I like where they put it. It's almost like they thought through it.
I know. Go figure.
What a novel concept. Right. Yeah. Another thing, we don't have power in here, but if you look up, there are a lot of lights. Like not just the sconces, not just the like the pretty lights here, but I'm talking about the LEDs up in the ceiling. There are so many lights right here. So I think I'm a fan of that. All right, where are we going next? Did we go to the primary? We haven't gone in the primary. We haven't gone outside. No. So let's go to the primary bedroom and then we'll go outside. As far as the bedroom goes, this is something that everyone who's purchased a home before considers. I'll say it that way. Where is the sun setting? Exactly. So on this house, this particular model, the sun is setting in the back. Some people love it. Some people hate it. Some people are like, I don't want to have to deal with that in the evening. So why in Texas is it important where the sun is setting? Because it's 143 degrees coming through. Like I can touch this window, maybe not this window because it's low E, but like other windows, or as I'm sitting here, I can feel the sun rays on my neck on this side, and on the other side, it's cool as a cucumber. Yes. Yeah. So fan is in the primary. I wouldn't have it any other way. But I'd probably change it out for one with the light personally. Also, Heather, you talked about the recess here. The recess. It's very different in this newer style than we've seen in some of the other models. Yeah. And again, I think it goes back to this is a more modern feel. So it doesn't have as much depth to the recess as the older models have a big, they have I don't know what, half an inch at least? Half a foot. Yeah. Half a foot at least. 6 inches or so. Right. Whereas this is maybe 1.5, 2 inches. You know, I'm noticing something as we're sitting here. Okay, it's not necessarily right here. You know, I'm just looking at the vents, how they have vent, and so these are like connected to the bathroom, I think is how that works, and that one's connected to the living space, so that, and then that's the air from the HVAC system into the room itself. Right. So it's a nerd thing. I'm like, so they're gonna put pocket doors here. They have a pocket door, so they have to paint the trim for it. It's stuck, I have nothing to grab, it's fine. The bathroom, same thing with the terracotta style tiles. Again, I really like that. There's no glass in here yet, they'll add some glass. You come in, you've got a double vanity, modern fixtures, and same countertop as the other one downstairs. Notice the floor tiling. So they have their elongated tiles, their marble look tiles. And I think with the terracotta, like you had said, it looks really good. You've got the taupe color, you've got a little bit of gray and that stuff mixed in here with the white and the off-white and the gray. Like it ties even though it's all white. Yeah. it's all shades of white and it ties in really well together.
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, I don't know how easily you can see this, and I don't want to mess up the tiles as I'm coming in here, but this is your primary shower with a bench, your inset for your toiletries, your rain shower head, and then the fun one. I don't know what you do with that, but you do something. But also, like you always love to mention, I'll let you say it.
Yeah, so having these, this is a deep shower. I mean,
It is.
This,
Look how far away. Wait, let me sit down.
Yeah, I mean, he's easily 6 feet away from me at this point. So this
Hold
is
on. We'll do this. We'll do this with math. Okay, this is it's about 6.5, almost 6.5 feet.
I can do distance.
From you, it's 8 feet.
Okay, I can do distance. That's 6 feet? No.
No. This is 5.5 feet.
Okay.
And then you're anyway.
So I'm 8 feet away.
Anyway,
Anyway, it's a big shower.
Yeah, it's a big shower.
Big shower. Love the glass up top because you don't get to like have your neighbors get to know you so well.
Yes.
Right? But then you have the turn, for the water to turn on, it's right here at the entrance instead of having to walk 8 feet over there and get doused with cold water. So, yeah.
Also lights in here.
Yes.
There's multiple lights in here. So it's nice and bright so you can see what you're cleaning.
Yes.
I think that's why.
And we'd show that to you if we had power, but we didn't.
Yeah, we don't have any power. Okay. Toilet room and linen closet. Let's start with the linen closet. It's easy to show. It's a linen closet. If you're expecting something else, let me know what that is in the comments below. And then your toilet or commode, sans bidet.
Powder room.
Yeah. Also, 5.5 feet. I gotta be careful. 5.5-ish feet. Don't hold me to any numbers that I state, any square footages, any measurements, because we are realtors. We are not engineers or builders or structural,
appraisers, you name it. We're none of the above.
So here's the closet that you will have to share with a partner if you have a partner. Otherwise, I would say it's a good sized closet for
I call
my shoes.
false on that because my partner would have the other bedroom.
Oh, another room. Yeah, you go use that.
Yeah, no, this would be mine and mine alone.
Yeah, that's funny. Also, 2 lights. Nice and bright in here when you can show that.
Yes.
Do you know something we never really talk about? For people that are not from Texas and they're coming here, all of our walls are textured.
Yes.
Like that is
Is that not a normal thing?
It's not a normal thing.
Really?
No.
Oh.
So I'm from Chicago originally. Heather's lived everywhere, but mostly in Austin, Texas.
Since 1980. So I've been here a long time.
Been here a little bit. The reason why this happened is I think it helps conceal defects. Right, like it ended up taking on a life of its own when people realized that, and now it's just the standard. But also, I think it looks pretty nice. The problem is, if you ever have to patch anything for yourself, you also have to know how to retexture, and I promise you, it's not going to be as good as theirs. So you have to have somebody who actually knows what they're doing.
Yes.
For all you do-it-yourselfers in there.
And if you need someone, let us know because I guarantee you they are hard to find. Everyone can say that they can texture. They cannot.
And they cannot. You are
cannot.
Correct. All right, so I say we step outside and then we go upstairs.
Yeah, so we're walking right now through the kitchen dining area, right? And this particular home has kitchen dining, formal dining
really
kind of combo.
And a combo?
It's a combo. I mean, this is your kitchen formal dining space. There's not a separate formal dining.
Yeah, let's call it that. Double pane sliding glass doors. And be careful out here because there's like all sorts of construction debris. But I'll stand here. You stay there. I'll stand here. And we can talk through it. Okay, so now you got to come over here. You got to see the patio because this is actually quite an extended patio. I'm not saying that it has been extended. I'm saying that this is a large size patio. Okay, so I'll come over this way. So obviously you have the 2 sections. I think that's kind of interesting because you have almost like windows around the side here. Plenty of covered space, which you need, especially with the sun setting in the back right there. Right. I like that. There's outlets here. You can't put a TV. You can't put a TV here. I don't like that. You can put it around the corner there.
Put it around over here.
But the outlet's there.
Right.
Oh,
that's a problem.
That's a problem to me.
Yeah.
Because that's one of the first things I think about. I want to be able to hang out and watch TV on the patio, maybe while grilling. I'm not the one grilling. Somebody's grilling. But you've got your gas stub out, which is great that they included it because it's really expensive to do later. So yeah, I guess you'd have to put the TV there.
But here's a question for you.
Yeah.
With the sun setting this direction, where are you putting your TV where you can actually see it and not turn into a tostada within 5 minutes when it's 100 degrees outside?
I don't know that I'd turn into a tostada.
I would.
Eggplant? I don't know what I'd turn into, but
I would turn into a crispy tostada in about 5 seconds.
that's a big bird. Okay, so there was a giant bird behind your face. Okay, so the TV would go here. It would be on a swivel mount, and then I'd have shades come down to protect me from the sun. That's how I would do it.
Very good.
Yeah. Okay, I want to show you kind of the grading of the land. The fences, obviously you can see that, but then keep going and we get stages of construction. I'm going to slide under you here. So other stages of construction. So we've been through this house. It's clearly not finished, but it's only a couple weeks away. You've got one where they just poured the foundation and the plumbing, and then you've got one that's still in framing stage. When I say you've got one, like you have a house that's in the process. And then over there, you can see one where they haven't even poured the foundation yet. They just set up the plumbing, filled it, they'll probably level it, and then pour the foundation here in the next couple weeks. So it's pretty cool to kind of see it all at once.
And then even over there, you've got one where they've wrapped, and so they're getting ready probably to put the roof on it.
Yeah. So you've got the wrapped one. Well, I thought you were pointing at the dumpster where they've got land that they just swept. Like that's all they did to the property. So
and then right over here, you've got that one right there where they're actually putting the roof on.
Oh yeah, that's good.
We've got all sorts of phases
all
of construction
stages
right here.
Right now. I wanted to point out the gutters. So you've got gutters all around the sides here. And I don't think they were in the front because of the pitch of the roof. But if they're on the sides, that's good because you're probably not doing any landscaping there. And in Texas,
they are across the back, which is nice.
Yep, they're across the back. Well, especially with this large patio, I don't want any cracking going on.
No.
Okay, so we've been through here. We've been through here. I say we go upstairs. That's like the only option left.
Okay.
Unless we just hang out outside. So we're going to go upstairs.
So this is not finished at all. So.
Not at all. I'm looking for nails sticking out. And so if you're ever going through the build process, you have to be extra careful as you're walking through some of these. And yes, they do recommend you wearing something, but we've done this enough. I'm not saying it's not possible to have an issue, but we've done this a lot.
Yes.
Okay, like I can see that there's a razor on the ground there. Okay, this loft area is kind of, it's huge. That's the first thing. So if you add this, it's what, 980?
No, like 948 or something square feet.
How many?
It's big, 948 or something.
940? Okay, so let's say it's like over 900 square feet that you're able to add to this home. That's a lot.
It's 2747 square feet total with
the addition.
Yeah.
And it was
1809.
1809 without the addition. Again, these are builder numbers that they stated to us and nobody's verified, but like you're getting almost 1,000, just under 1,000 square feet addition.
Yeah.
So over 900 square feet added. If you choose to do that, you don't have to do that. Okay, so now you've got this big open space. As you come around, you have a fan upstairs. I mean, I don't know what you would do. Maybe it's a game place for the grandkids. Maybe you do something with it.
I mean, honestly, this is a perfect space. This could be like a second living space.
Yes.
This could be, heck, if you quilt, there is plenty of space for a quilting machine over there. I mean, plenty of room.
I think a mahjong table could fit.
Mahjong table, of course. You could do ping pong, you name it.
You do ping.
This would be a great
it'd actually be a good space because the windows are a little higher here.
Right.
So yeah, this would be an okay space. Yeah. Yeah, you could be a pool table would be great right there.
Yeah. So I mean, look, so this is this side, and then we've got this whole space. I mean, this is a really good sized space up here. This is a whole lot of room.
There's a lot of room.
It is.
Yeah, I can see couches, TVs, all that sort of stuff. This is just a like very, very small amount of extra storage. Really, it's a utility space so that you can have access to your HVAC and anything else that you need. And then over here, you have another bathroom for the people that are upstairs hanging out in the living space. Notice, not tiled the same way, but all the other things are pretty modern. So that's fine. They would probably imagine that you're not going to use this one quite as often as they were building it. And then you have this is the second actual bedroom.
This is
the third actual bedroom because they have the upstairs loft.
Correct.
So you've got the third bedroom here and then a pretty decent sized closet, especially when compared to the other two. Yeah, because there was the bedroom in the front and then the primary, and then you have this one. So this one is, I would almost say half the size of the primary.
You could do a back closet.
Let's say yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna measure. I was like, So I've almost done that before, where I've done a backflip, but the ceiling was too low and my feet came that close. I know, it was real scary.
Yeah.
Okay. That didn't even work, did it?
No.
Okay, so with this, you have what? We have 3 bedrooms. You have the option to convert it into a single story and have a 3rd bedroom downstairs if you remove the tandem. It's a really cool, I like the way that they have the covered patio. I think it's larger than most.
Yep.
Floor plan seems pretty functional, lots of light. I don't like saying lots of light all the time, but it truly does have lots of light because we have no power here, and we've been able to show you all the rooms in this house.
Right.
The modern look, I guess my question to anybody watching would be, how do you feel about the modern look?
Yeah.
Would you change anything? Would you keep it as is? If you were going to build today, would you want it to look like this? So.
And do you like the loft area? Is that something that would appeal to you? Or
that's true, because you have to run up and down the stairs if you add the loft area, or you could have the single story version.
Exactly. You can have the single story that just has the 2 bedrooms with the 2 baths, or this one has the 3 bedrooms with 3 full baths.
Yes.
Which is really nice. So, you know, I don't know that we saw the laundry room, and I think there's a powder room.
What? Well, let's go see. Let's see if we can find it.
I have a feeling.
I don't remember seeing that.
I have a feeling. Because it was over by the garage.
What color do you think they're going to paint this in the trim?
Black.
You think so?
I think
it's funny because this being white, I think the bottom will be white, but the railing will be black. I think you're right about the railing. Yeah. Okay. So the mudroom. This is the laundry room.
Okay. So we have a laundry room.
We walked right past it. How did that happen?
I'm not sure.
Okay. So I like that it has a little bit of extra storage. You've got the sink, the wash basin near the garage.
Good space
there. It's good space. All the folding stuff, and then your laundry appliances are over on this side. And then behind you is the on-cue panel. Remember we were talking about the TV having cables run behind the fireplace?
Right.
Well, that's where this all runs to. Every room in the house that has that type of stuff runs to this box, so that when you have someone coming to service it, they can come right in the garage, come right here, service it, and then they can get out of your house, because this is Texas.
Exactly.
That's it.
Yes. And then the garage.
Yes.
We did not show.
We didn't show the garage. I guess we can talk about the garage.
We did not.
We can talk about the garage.
Because this is where they have, well, we did when we were outside.
Yeah, a little bit. A little bit. So the things that we haven't talked about are the water heaters in the garage, not upstairs. However, you can see that there's a ladder. It's a pull down and a ladder to go upstairs. My guess is there are other sections of the HVAC that they might need to be able to access,
as well.
And then some storage, like a little bit of storage up there. You've got, do you have a 240 over there?
Don't see a 240 over there, no.
I don't.
But we do have the loop for the water softener.
Water softener loop, because we have
hard water.
Yes,
Hard water.
In Georgetown specifically, it's the hardest of the hard, because we are building on a former rock quarry. And then you have your water heater, which again, the fact that it's in the garage, I think it's great, because if you ever have any issues, you know it's not going to leak through your ceiling.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yep.
Did we miss anything? Did I miss anything else?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think so. I mean, this is one of the newer floor plans that they do not have a model set up for yet. So we wanted to get this shown before it's sold.
Yeah. Well, they have a model in another community that's like an hour away. So we wanted to make sure.
We might go and play with that at some point.
Yeah. Well, the traffic or something. Yeah. So you notice the garage has the windows in it. I think that's kind of nice, because they're real.
Yeah, and that's new.
Yeah, that is new.
You don't see at a lot of the others. Watch out for the construction.
No, it's good. It's good. I got it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think this concludes our broadcast day.
Yes.
Let us know if you have any questions. Reach out to Heather and I. Our contact information is in the description below. We love that we get to bring these tours to you, and we're excited to hear your thoughts, and looking forward to seeing you in the next video.
See y'all later.